Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmaswarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. My dear Jnanagamyananda, Jnanagamyananda, all others are Swamijis. None of them are senior to me, but my love and best wishes to all of them, all the staff of Vivekananda College and my very dear students. Today is a great day, as Jnanagamyananda was explaining. It was simply a feast to hear how many subjects you are going to learn. And all this will be practical. Practicals will never tire you. See, we have seen the colleges, theory classes become boring. Never practical colleges. Practical, always people are eager to learn because it is not brain work, it is the hand work and the part of brain only. So everywhere, anything that is practical, students have taken it and they have done very well. So many practical things are taught here, connected with their higher studies. That is a great thing I am seeing here in this career advancing studies, because I only pray to Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother and Swamiji to bless this great project and the people who are thinking about it, planning it, trying to work it out and to help it in different ways. May they inspire all of them. May the Divine Trio inspire all of them, the sponsors, the helpers, the other people who support this great project, and the people who are on the ground trying to work out this great scheme. And both will coordinate with one another, and this great project must become a practical reality. I am sure, with the grace of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother and Swamiji, this great institution will come up, and as this very enterprising and most inspiring secretary of your college is ambitious of doing this. His ambition itself will be enough strength to push this further to success. So I have been seeing this young Swami from at least 40 years. So from every stage, everywhere he has been always very brilliant person, very practical, and trying to do and practice what he preaches. That is what we want. We want professors, teachers, technicians, technologists, scientists who practice what they preach. It should not be merely one notes of the professor passing into the notes of the student without entering either of their brains. So one American educationist described the present education as it is a wonderful place where the notes of the professor gets into the notes of the students without entering either of their brains. So somebody else, Swami Ranganathanji used to say, he remarked, you see, if you go on teaching at the lower classes always, even teachers also must go to higher levels and teach higher things. They should not go on teaching the same at the undergraduate class or higher secondary. Or Swamiji said, in 2 years, if you go on doing like that one, in 5 years, you will also become as dumb or as foolish as your students are. Then one person got out from the meeting, said, we don't require 3 years, 1 year is enough. We become as foolish as they are. So there are a lot of defects in the present day education, which all of you know, who are observing, who are practicing. So many defects of them have to be set right. One thing that we require for setting right our education is The goal of our education must be very clear to us. Swami Vivekananda has given us the goal. Education must take you to the highest knowledge, secular knowledge in every field, depending upon your inclination. Somebody may be interested in science, or physics, or chemistry, or biology, pure science, applied science, anything. So they should be able to advance like that. Simultaneously, he should also understand our great culture. Great scientists have been there with us at the same time with spiritual background. I remember Dr. K.S. Krishnan, in the first director of National Physical Laboratory, National Physical College in Delhi. So one Sunday, we did not get our lecturer on Ramayana. We went and invited the director of National Physical Laboratory, Delhi. He came and lectured on Valmiki Ramayana for 1.5 hours. Great scientist, Sir C.V. Raman's relative. Sir C.V. Raman himself was a great believer in spiritual life. Once, a comet came. When we were all students at that time, I have heard Sir C.V. Raman lecturing. He would hold the collar of his coat like that. He would shaking and he would go and speak. Very inspiring speaker. One comet appeared and it went on for 3 or 4 days with its tail. Everybody was afraid. Somebody said it augurs bad to the country. It augurs bad for the king and etc. So the paper people went. Then they asked him, Sir C.V. Raman, so what do you think about this? Don't worry, the comet is like the political leaders who talk very much and do nothing. So it shows you all its tail and moves about. Nothing will happen. So such scientists were there. Great scientists were produced. One of the world's great scientists was Sir C.V. Raman. He was proud to tell how he achieved his Nobel Prize. In all other places, they spend millions and millions on their laboratories. Sir C.V. Raman said, my costliest instrument for my Nobel laureate thesis was 30 rupees costing. 30 rupees was the cost of the instrument that I used. I got Nobel Prize. What does it mean? You see, he uses what is there, indigenous things. He uses the indigenous technologies and, of course, his brain. So, such indigenous genius, we have got enough. I personally believe Vivekananda College and many other colleges we are running under the guidance of these able Swamis and perhaps the guidance from the divine trio, the inspiration of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother and Swamiji is behind every professor here, every lecturer here, every student here. With this inspiration, we have got lot of geniuses here. Only they are trying to express themselves. They require a proper environment and encouragement. And this institute, Career Advancing Studies, if you see how they will become an all-round persons, they will not only be theoreticians and pure science followers simultaneously, they will be able to apply science in all fields. You see, one gentleman from America came a few years back to one of our agricultural institutes in North India. He came and saw our agriculture and then said, Swamiji, you to send me the soil, I will test the soil and then I suggest to you what it is lacking, a little supply of this lacking material or metal or something, and you will get 10 times more crops in this one. And he did and showed us. I think he grew this marigold. Marigold we were generating, we say, sometimes 10 kgs. He produced 100 kgs, the same ground, just because he applied science. Swami Vivekananda spoke about this. He requested all our educated people, you need not do the rural work, living all your homes in the urban area, be in your urban area, read in your colleges, etc. But when you want to settle down, Make your homes in the rural areas. Nowadays the roads are so good. All the rural areas being connected to the main roads. So you can have your residence anywhere. You have a two-wheeler or four-wheeler or three-wheeler. You can always do anything. Swami Vivekananda said, you don't have to do anything. Educated people who are practically applying science to their life, science to their profession. If they live, other people come and see and learn. The village people will be proud to have you amidst them. They will come and ask, sir, such thing is happening. What shall I do? Then, you see, you just tell them, you see, you can go to such and such a laboratory. You can go to such and such a place. You will get instruction. If you know yourself, you can tell them. So just living our educated people among our rural people who are so backward now. It is a great achievement in the last 10 years. We have digitalized so many things in the rural areas. That is a great achievement. Similarly, we have to proceed further. We must apply science to our life, science to our agriculture, science to our biosciences, and practical things we must come. For example, medicines, etc. We can produce cheap medicines. The medicines for which we are paying now, importing from other places, 20 times more we are paying. The same medicine can be done here. One Indian scientist, he has got a company in Bombay, we know him very well. So he said, I will produce in India anacin. Anacin was a very important drug. We were spending millions and millions over it, importing it. He produced anacin at a rate, probably 1/10 of the rate what we were paying. The anacin people got upset, embarrassed. Our whole business will go. They called him to London. You sell away your rights to us, whatever you want you take. And this scientist was so simple. He took some large amount from them, which was not at all anything. It was a sort of a pittance for them. He sold away his rights. That is how this great drug we lost. Our genius children can apply science, and for their own, they can also advance in their life. They can get dignity, respect, and they will be doing a great national service. Simultaneously, we must hold on to our culture. We have got a great spiritual culture, and through that spiritual culture, our science or whatever knowledge we have got, it will be applied only for peaceful purposes, only for advancement of man. We never will apply all our science or atomic science only to prepare bombs, more and more bombs, more and more terrific weapons. We have never done it, we shall never do it, but we shall know everything about the latest, developments everywhere. So Swamiji wanted, we wanted both knowledge of our culture, old culture, and the heritage we get. Greatest asset that India has, which the world needs, as Swamiji said, was the message that man is divine. Man is not matter. Man was called an economic creature by Marx. Marx said, oh, it all depends upon money. If you have money, then you are a big man. If you don't have money, you are a proletariat. Otherwise, you are a capitalist. So he classified man as an economic creature. So similarly, each one cost him. So someone called manpower, like horsepower. You see, he equated with these biological creatures. It was Swami Vivekananda who said, no, man is not an economic creature or a biological creature. He is divine. What other people, ignorant people call as man, I call him God, he said. Swamiji said, what ignorant people call as man, I call him as God. And he said, you go to all the temples and worship. It is good, but that is not enough. Come out. God is there in everyone. Serve him there also. Do both the pujas. Go into the temple and pray. Whatever power and whatever inspiration you get, come and serve people. Because serving people is the helping man is worshipping God. Again, Swamiji. To help a man in any way is worshipping God. So these are things we should put it into our life. And thousands have applied it And today India is great because of silent people. You don't see them in the newspapers. But there are thousands and thousands of people inspired by Swami Vivekananda and Sri Ramakrishna who are living a spiritual life. At the same time, they are all successful in their careers. I can see many of these professors here. Here is one industrialist sitting before me. He is a highly spiritual person, very great devoted, Nalli Kupsam Chettiar. Same time, he is a very successful person. In industry, he is a great success. Similarly, don't fear that if you become spiritualized, you will lose your career as in the secular world. You can be a secular world success also. Simultaneously, you can follow spirituality also. You can see God within yourself and in others and serve them as gods. At the same time, you can be a successful person in the secular world also. On this sacred day, I pray to Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother and Swamiji, to bless all of you, all of us, both staff, students, professors, and all the other people connected with this great institute that is going to be inaugurated and that is going to be achieved in these coming years. May Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother and Swamiji bless the present secretary, Jnana Gamyananda, and may all success come to him by the grace of them. So I am happy that I was given an opportunity to come and participate in this great function. I pray to the Divine Trio to bless you all, bless us all with their choicest blessings for success. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you, Maharaj.